So many of us were shocked and saddened by the passing of Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman, and now we learn that the actor did not have a will. In this Money Monday, we ask our money expert, Kyle Winkfield, about the complications of not being prepared. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. And of course, you and me and millions of other people nationwide, worldwide, have been in mourning since Chadwick passed. And I think this is just, it's shocking when someone passes so young. But when there's a long illness and we find out that there wasn't a will, it does, we have some questions. Maybe we shouldn't, but we think about ourselves in that situation and our loved ones and what we should be doing to provide for them. And what were your thoughts as someone who manages finances and wealth?
I was shocked that he didn't have a will, and I think none of his stuff handled. And I'm like most people. I get shocked that most people don't have the proper documents in place that can help and protect what they've been able to build up over their lifetime. And I think the biggest reason why is that people they say, I'll get around to it. But if you think about what it's called, estate planning, right? When you hear that phrase, people think, oh, that's for rich people, not me. And I think sometimes the jargon can help us disassociate with something that is important to do.
Well, I think in this situation, it was a rich person. So we have someone like Chadwick, or I remember when Prince passed, he didn't have a will. You and I were talking off camera, Elvis, Marilyn Monroe, all these people did not have wills. And they were wealthy and famous. And I'm wondering why that happened.
I think what it is there's probably, go out here and ether and figure out and pick any reason why people put stuff off. I think they say, I'll get around to it. So-and-so I think will handle it. I think sometimes all these people you mentioned were famous. They've got people around them. They've got accountants. They've got lawyers. They've got business managers. And they're thinking, maybe they'll handle that for me. But it's your responsibility. And believe it or not, it's not complicated to get done.
Well, I think about Chadwick Boseman's wife that he just married right before he passed. And I'm wondering what happens now with her and what's involved in a probate.
Probate is the legal process of getting the deceased property to the living. Legal process is code for very public, and now we're going to have fees and court costs and time and all of that. And believe it or not, even though she's his spouse, his wife, she's still got to wait in line because it's got to go through that public process. So probate, or that legal process, is completely avoidable.
Oh, got it.
But a will does not avoid probate, okay? It is how the assets are titled. And so then there's the mind your business way, and that is estate planning. So when you title your assets correctly, and sometimes you don't need to have a revocable trust or a living trust, but you might need one. So getting informed and understanding it's not as expensive and involved as you think.
So how do you convince your clients to get a will and to start their estate planning? What do you tell them?
One, I jokingly look at them and I said, well, why don't you have one? Because I asked, do you have these documents? Oh, well, I'll get around to it. And I go, and I dig a little bit and I find out that they think it's going to take a lot of time. It's going to cost a lot of money. I said, what if you could get it done in 37 minutes on a Saturday morning with a cup of coffee, cup of tea, or whatever you enjoy drinking? And we may need to do a trust, but what if we could get in place these 3 key pieces of paper, these documents, at your bank, at your investment account, and with any other accounts that have named beneficiaries? Let's get all that stuff set up. What if you could take 37 minutes to get it done? Would you do it then? What if it was?
I would definitely do it. And you just said it comes with coffee, so might as well.
37 minutes, less than $1,000, probably $250. You can get a lot of the basic stuff done. Now, I'm not suggesting that that's what estate planning is, but that's if you want to immediately protect what you have.
You've got something, yes.
Right.
Something in place. All right. So if someone has 37 minutes and a hankering for some coffee or tea, how do they get in contact with you?
Well, they can go to finleyalexander.com. And you know what? I wrote a guide called the 37-minute estate planning guide. Right.
So they can find that right online then?
Right. You can go find it online, save yourself thousands of dollars, 37 minutes, thousands of dollars, and save your family hassle when you transition.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for being with us. As always, Kyle Winkfield, really appreciate it. And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.
Yeah.